And go. Hi everyone, and today we are going to be talking about our science fair presentation. So it's a little different. Edie and I are going to be doing it virtually on Google Slides. So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to start. Hi everyone, and welcome to our science fair presentation. The topic that we chose is what are ways COVID-19 spreads? Now, this might seem like an easy science topic, but along with going deeper into the subject, we have other information about the pandemic. But first, let's talk about some quick facts. We didn't have enough room to put this on the board, so we'll give you a moment to read through them. We hope you feel informed, but we're just getting started.
To start off, we have the full view of our board. And today we will be breaking up the different parts of it and explaining what every section talks about. For our first section, we have the center. In the center, we have all the different ways the virus can spread, shown with a picture and caption. We also have coronavirus symbols all around the board to represent COVID-19.
The first drawing is of two people in an elevator, one with COVID-19 and the other person about to get it. This is a good example of why we need social distancing. And right next to that is a picture of someone touching a rail that contains germs. It is so easy to catch germs without even knowing it. So make sure to always wear gloves, be cautious of what you touch, and to disinfect objects daily. Right above that, we have a picture of someone washing their hands. This represents that we should always be washing our hands daily with soap and running water for 20 seconds.
One of the last two pictures is of a girl breathing in air containing germs. That being said, be aware of your surroundings. Above that picture, we have a bottle of Perel. This shows to always sanitize. The last picture is a representation of someone who has COVID-19 but doesn't know it yet. So they go on an airplane, spread it to the US, and make another confirmed case. This is an example of how coronavirus spreads to the US.
Right below that, we have a chart. And if you look sideways, you can see all the 50 states lined up in order. This chart shows all the cases out of the 50 states, and it also shows the mortality rate. If you didn't know what a mortality rate is, the mortality rate is out of everyone who got COVID-19 in the states, what percentage of how many people died.
Let's move on to the right side, where we have the top 5 countries with the most COVID-19 cases. The top 5 are USA, Italy, Spain, Germany, and China. The house represents self-isolation and how everyone should be staying home unless necessaries, like grocery shopping and getting goods, etc.
To talk a little bit about China, as everyone knows, this is where the coronavirus started. However, China not only ranks 5th out of the countries, but their COVID-19 cases have been decreasing. On March 9th, 2020, 75% of the cases were from China. However, on March 13th, the amount of cases from China was 40%. This means that in only 9 days, China saw a 35 percentage point decrease in cases. We also have today in California in this section. This section talks about the number of cases here in California and also mentions the safety measures our government has put on, including opening test stations in local places like malls.
Right next to today in California, we have the physical state of California. Moving on to the left side, our first area is our question. Similar to our topic, our question is, what are ways COVID-19 spreads? If you don't know what COVID-19 is, which I'm certain you do by now,
I'd be concerned if you didn't.
I would recommend you go to the section, What is COVID-19? This section covers the symptoms of COVID-19, information about kids and elderly people, and so much more.
Right next to that, we have a bar of soap. This bar of soap corresponds with the picture that we showed earlier, the picture of someone washing their hands. This explains that when washing your hands, you shouldn't just wash with water. You need to do it with soap and running water for 20 seconds as mentioned before. Anyway, what is the point of this project without a hypothesis and conclusion/result? So without further ado, let's get to it. Before our project started, our hypothesis was that COVID-19 spreads by touching dirty surfaces, touching other people, using public transportation, and coughing everywhere.
In conclusion, our hypothesis was correct. That being said, COVID-19 is very dangerous. There are so many ways COVID-19 spreads, so we must be vigilant about what we do to stay healthy.
To end off our presentation, we thought it would be kind of fun to give you some ideas on what to do during quarantine. I know several people think it's kind of boring. Believe me, I do too. But we can make the best out of it by trying new things. Some of these things include watching a movie that you maybe have never seen before, going outside and enjoying the fresh air more than usual, doing a jigsaw puzzle, and my favorite that's not on the board is listening to a podcast. Podcasts not only entertain, but they help inform you about what's going on in the world without making you too anxious.
Some others are doing physical activities, spending time with your family if you know they're healthy, and what better way to spend your time than organizing?
So, thank you for watching and stay healthy. But before you go, we have some tips on how to stay healthy. Always sanitize.
Social distance, like me and
Avoid
Lucy.
touching your face.
Wear a mask.
Stay home.
And disinfect your objects.
Thank you so much for watching. And if you happen to see a doctor, thank them or make a special video for them, explaining to them how grateful you are, especially during this time.
Hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.